Hi, everyone. Laura from The Real Laura B here today for our weekly roundup. I don't know that I'll be able to do this every week, but we've been getting a lot of new news. New news. And I go all over the place, not just mainstream media, not from legacy media, but a lot of it from Twitter and YouTube. And it's time for some real tea. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Laura, also known as The Real Laura B from Twitter. I'm a researcher, truth seeker, and a new wave internet journalist. I'm not a lawyer, nor offering any legal advice. Join me on a journey to draw the curtain back to expose key news developments in the world of celebrity lawsuits and current events. Let's get started. Well, welcome back to my channel. I so appreciate you joining me. I'm getting more and more good feedback on these weekly roundups. That they were kind of not doing so well in the beginning. But as long as I can find something worthwhile putting together for you guys, that's not necessarily court documents, I want to bring you some news. And we have some. So I'm going to go back pretty much a whole week. And I think we should just dive right into it. Let me get this up. I do these pre-recorded because some of the things I'm going to have to edit out. Some for privacy issues. And you'll understand that when I get there. But the first big story was, yes, Kate Moss says she spoke out again for Johnny. Kate Moss says she testified at Johnny Depp trial because she believes in truth. Kate Moss opened up about her critical testimony in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard trial, and she says it's as simple as honoring your duty to be a truth teller. As you know, Kate shot down rumors that Johnny had pushed her down a flight of stairs when they were dating years ago. Amber fueled the rumors on the stand, which opened the door for Kate's virtual testimony in which she said, not only did Johnny not push her, but after she fell, he was an angel carrying her back inside the hotel room and calling for help. Kate told the Desert Island Disc, I know the truth about Johnny. I had to say the truth. Moss went on to say, fairness and justice is what it's all about. So it wasn't difficult to take the oath and tell her story. Johnny and Kate had dated 3 years back in the 90s. There were rumors maybe they had rekindled their romance. No, but that's not the case. No. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Anyway, and she came forward. This is very unusual for her to give these public interviews. She really is a very private person. So good on her. Good on her. What else have we got? We have Johnny also filed his notice for appeal. Now that happened right after, of course, I did my original weekly roundup. I had just finished it. I had just uploaded it and posted it, and boom, his filing came out. So he gives a notice of appeal to the Virginia Court of Appeals. He's filed his filing fee, and he's also put up an appeal bond for the cost. So it's $500. As far as we know, he has not put up a $2 million bond, and Amber has not put up her bond. Remember, these are voluntary suspension bonds to suspend either side from collecting the judgment. As far as we can tell, neither one of those have done it. Plaintiff and counterclaim defendant John C. Depp by counsel hereby appeals to the Court of Appeals of Virginia from all adverse rulings and from the final judgment order of this circuit court entered in June 24th, 2022. So I did cover this in a past video about what they may or try to appeal with. So you might want to give that a look. What else is going? So they put up the $500 bond. Twitter is low today. Okay, well, we've been talking about these insurance lawsuits with Amber Heard. And I've been working with someone else who found this transaction history report on her property. So this is a little bit old. But what we were concerned about is that as far as we can tell, the property she bought in Yucca Valley was closed on in January 2019. So how did travelers get her this insurance? In November. So we got a hold of these documents, and as you can hopefully see, the recording date is November 4th, and it's a release for the prior mortgage that was on the house. And then here's the sale date, November 30th. And it wasn't recorded until January 1st. So this is the sale date, but the mortgage was paid off November 4th. So it gives me the impression that she bought the house somewhere around November 4th to November 30th, although it was recorded till January, which fits with the time, for the travelers' homeowners insurance to not be renters insurance. Now, sometimes these bonds can be issued and then a closing gets delayed. And that's possibly what happened. And they didn't bother reissuing the bond for maybe 2 weeks or something. So that's what appears has happened there. Also, the house was bought in an irrevocable trust. So Johnny's done this. A lot of people do this. They put their homes in a trust. Johnny calls his the Moo Trust, I think. Amber Heard put it in the trust called Family Arizona Trust, I think. And she had a trustee called John Blakeman. Well, when I found this property that she bought in Yucca Valley, I saw the trustee's name and I was quite confused. But here we see it again on the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles letter. He was in care of John Blakeman, who is the trustee of her account. He doesn't own the house. He's not part of the transactions. He just runs the trust for her. So that's where that name comes. And he's from a pretty prestigious group. So that's John Blakeman. But things have changed for Amber. Her new trustee is Esteban Damasi, which we see is a California tax preparer. We know this because the listing on the home, the property report on the home has updated. And I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to have to edit out some of the names. So here's the house that Amber Heard bought in Yucca Valley. It's a public document. It's a public site. Pretty much anyone can go and find out who owns what house. And in fact, in this house, it was under the Phoenix Family Trust, dated June 9th. So I had the wrong one before. They bought the house, and it's recorded on January 4th. But you can see the reconveyance. That's when the deed is turned over on November 4th. So I'm not sure the time here, but it was definitely transferred. But while I was looking at this, I came to find that just July 18th, the deed was transferred again. And she has a new trustee. So she's gone from John Blakeman to Massey Esteban. I think it's Esteban D. Massey as her trustee. And it's got new owners. So it looks like she sold the property as of July 18th. Now, Amber Heard has some businesses. She has what we know of, which is Under the Black Sky. That is her loan out company or production company that she uses. Johnny has the same thing. He is Scaramanga Brothers. And what they do is instead of hiring the actor directly, they hire the loan out company, and then the loan out company sends the actor. I'm not sure why they do it, but I think it's for tax purposes. But she also has something called Be Heard. And I'm thinking this is also a loan out company for when she was doing all her speeches, because that would make sense. But she had another company. She was doing all that wine tasting, and then it came out that she was training to be a wine sommelier. Here she has Equite LLC. And of course, Equite is Listen, Heard. It's all based on her name. And it was a wine production company. But it's been terminated. And it was terminated as of December 13th, 2019. So it was during the litigation of the trial that she did, in fact, end that business. So I thought you'd be interested in that. And again, these are public documents. There's nothing private about any of these. Let's go on to the next one. So we woke up to a really great interview with Camille Vasquez. She was on a CBS morning show with Gayle King, and she was interviewed, and I think it was awesome. And let's take a look at it. We have both the intro, and then we have the actual interview. And here it is here.
Depp's attorney, Camille Vasquez. This is her first sit-down interview since Depp and Amber Heard filed motions to appeal in their legal battle. Now, last week, Heard notified a Virginia court that she will appeal the more than $10.3 million settlement she was ordered to pay her ex-husband. Depp's legal team also filed an appeal to overturn a single count of defamation decided in Heard's favor, ordering Depp to pay Amber Heard $2 million. Vasquez told us what prompted Depp's decision to appeal. Last week, we heard that Amber Heard was going to appeal the verdict. What did you think when you heard that? What was your reaction?
It was expected. I mean, she's indicated since the day she lost the trial that she was going to appeal.
Do you have to plan a strategy to to respond to that?
Absolutely, and we did. Mr. Depp ended up filing his own appeals so that the court could have the full record. And she insists on continuing to litigate this matter. We have to protect her client's interests.
Yeah, we've heard that it's not about the money. It's time for healing and time to move on, which was the message that he sent. But how do you heal and move on when both sides are still in court arguing?
It's pretty standard legal procedure. We just are hopeful that the court will uphold the verdict, which we think was the right verdict, and allow both parties to move on.
So is it safe to say that if she hadn't appealed, you all would not have appealed either? You would have moved on?
Yes.
Is that a fair statement?
That's a very fair statement.
Wow, and that is a big statement, and that's what we all believe, that Johnny didn't really want to any more litigation. He didn't want to appeal. He just wanted to move on with his life, but he gave him no choice. But here is the full interview. It's not very long. And let's take a look at that. I'm going to start it where the interview starts. We already had enough of an intro.
This certainly has catapulted you to a whole different level. There are now T-shirts that have your face on it, Camille Vasquez. There are mugs. People are coming to you with book deals, I would imagine, TV deals, offers to open your own law firm, which that would be my vote, or to join their firm. How are you handling this newfound fame?
Doing my best. It's overwhelming.
Is it? I was wondering.
It's surreal. I was speaking to some friends last week, and I said, I've had so many pinch me moments.
And tell us what it took to defend Johnny Depp, because you seem to be a small but young, mighty team.
We were strong and young, right? I mean, it's a story that I don't think has been told until now. We were, most of us, under 40 years old, which is unique for a case of this magnitude. This case, I think, called for a younger team.
Why? Why did you think that?
Because the parties were young, right? And they resonate with a younger audience.
And I think that's fabulous. I mean, let's face it, Johnny Depp just turned 59 this year, and she's highlighting that it's a younger audience. They resonate with a younger audience. Kudos to you, Johnny, and absolutely correct.
And you need their perspectives. I think young people have a fresh perspective on especially these issues, the issues that we were discussing in this case. Abuse, Me Too, those were the issues.
So Camille Vasquez, who just turned 38, and Ben Chu, a partner at their law firm Brown Rudnick, brought in 5 associates, including 32-year-old Sam Moniz.
That jury was taking its responsibilities seriously.
And 34-year-old Jessica Myers.
I am so glad that they are highlighting the other attorneys, not just Camille, because we know Jessica did Johnny Depp's direct examination.
To help fill out Depp's legal roster. We met them at their New York City office.
How did you pick these two to be on your team?
Well, Jessica's a fantastic writer, as is Sam. And
well, that's an interesting tidbit. They're excellent writers. I wonder how many of them were part of all these the motions that were filed, and that maybe Ben Chu fine-tuned them, or so they seem to have a lot of input into the motions. That's what my takeaway is.
And I think for people that know a little bit about the law, it's not just what's on camera, right? It's not just us objecting and getting to do the fun things, right? Like a witness. And so for Ben and me, I mean, we just identified talent.
So the lack of experience and age didn't seem daunting or wasn't concerning to any of you? To any of you?
You know,
Jess?
In my experience, I think young attorneys, they're closer to sort of the laws and the rules because we're the ones who are sort of researching that. And so I think it was actually an asset overall.
Sam?
And closer to the facts too. You know, you get in the weeds and the facts. And I think this is a great team. I mean, lack of experience aside, and we do have some experience. Lack of experience
I like
aside.
that, Sam. You know, we have some experience. I'm not trying to say you didn't know what you're doing, but you know what I mean when you look at the big picture. And this was such a big case.
But there was a lot of raw talent on this team too. I mean, Camille became a star for good reason. Jess did Johnny's direct examination and did a phenomenal job. And, you know, there was a reason she was put up there to do it. It was because the partners and everybody knew she could.
Let's talk about that. You did the direct examination of Johnny Depp.
Your Honor, we call Mr. John C. Depp.
I had done a witness at a trial before, but this was the first time I had done a direct examination.
All right, Jess.
First time doing a direct examination on one of the most important cases in the U.S. right now, and especially in Johnny Depp's life. Wow.
So take us inside your head that morning.
You know, there was a level of nerves. I think I kept waiting for this overwhelming sense of nerves, but I think, you know, once you get up there, it just feels kind of natural, and you know, do what you do.
Sam, for you, was there a turning point for you in the case?
I think for me, it was more of a gradual process of realizing that our story was coming in. Things can go very badly wrong at any moment. And they never went wrong. And we told the story we set out to tell.
Let's talk about cameras in the courtroom, Camille, because Amber Heard's team did not want cameras in the courtroom. Why did you want cameras in the courtroom?
Well, let's just interject here for a minute and remind everybody that the court, the judge herself, put the motion up that she wanted to live stream it because basically they just didn't have the support in the courthouse for all the people that wanted to be there. So it was the judge's idea. Obviously, Elaine Braderhoff was vehemently against it, and thank God Johnny got his way. Elaine wanted to control the narrative like they always have with the legacy media. If it wasn't televised, there's no way we would know what was really being said. We saw that with a few excerpts that were taken out. But Depp, like his protective order, said, no, I'm going to be fully transparent and everybody needs to see it. And I'm so glad they went that route.
I think that was important to the client. For Johnny, it was about finally being able to tell his story. And these are horrific allegations that were made against him. He needed to be able to tell his story. So
but
it was important.
You know what, Camille? There were horrific allegations on both sides. I mean, I think some people could look and say, were there any winners here? Clearly, he won in the court of public opinion. Clearly, he won legally, too. But was he damaged in any way because of this?
I think he came into this case thinking he had nothing else left to lose, Gayle. And I think for him, it was, he had to put it all out there.
Vasquez says the team of younger attorneys gave them another advantage.
Something I didn't say, which I'll say to you now, is that I think the pressure of it all made us probably over-prepare. So we were really prepared. And I think that can't be understated.
You know, there were also, with all of the fame, also comes all the pettiness and cattiness, and some could say haterade, I call it. Because there were a lot of social media rumors that you and Johnny Depp were romantically involved.
Right.
Why do you think those rumors started? And what did you think when you heard them?
It was disappointing to hear them, but I think they started because people like love stories. They like to make things up, right? Doesn't mean they're true. And obviously in this case, they weren't true, never have been true.
I think people thought, well, you know, they are kind of touchy-feely.
Sure. But I'm touchy-feely with everyone. I mean, that's just who I am. I'm naturally described as a warm person. And I don't think there's anything wrong with caring for your clients, right? I was fighting for his life, his name.
I think this is so important. I'm sure Amber Heard was pissed off about these rumors. And I think it's a shame that a professional woman had to be scrutinized in that way. But what it did show the jury is that Johnny Depp was very approachable, even touchable and supportive, that Camille was not afraid to be next to him, not afraid to be near him and show affection. So I think that was really positive for the jury, even though I don't think it was intended. I think it's Camille's natural way.
It's perfectly normal, I think, to be able to extend a hand and give him a hug and make him feel like he was protected. We all were that way with him, each other and with him, just supportive and protective.
Do you have a long-term goal as you sit here today?
I don't have a long-term goal, except I want to continue my practice. I'm a lawyer. When I look at myself in the mirror, I see an advocate. I was born to do this. I really feel that way.
You do feel that?
I do.
When is Vasquez and Associates going to open?
I'll let you know. You're the first to know, Gayle.
I'm going to hold her to that. As we said earlier, we have reached out to Amber Heard and her attorneys, and they're not commenting at this time. As you might expect, Camille Vasquez's phone is ringing off the hook from men who are reaching out who have behaved badly or accused of behaving badly with women and in business. She said their names that we all know. She would not share them. I tried. She would not say who that is. But she said, I don't want to be known as that guy, you know, that if you're in trouble, you know, Camille can help you in the case. She said, listen, I had worked for Johnny Depp for 4 years. They had done cases together. She knew him very well. She believed him. But, you know, a lot.
And there you go. I thought it was a very nice interview. And let's see what's next. Now here's something fun and surprising. Didn't expect to see this, but Johnny has done a mini movie, a micro movie, they're calling it, for a game. So let's take a look at what that's all about. The Pirate Mobile Sea of Dawn, endorsed by Johnny Depp, is now available. The Chinese mobile adventure MMORPG Sea of Dawn has officially launched today on Google Play and App Store. The game was released, it also released a micro movie, which is available on YouTube and a behind the scenes look. And that's what I'm going to show you today. I will link the video, the micro movie, but I don't want to get copyrighted. So I think I might be okay with watching this one. And here we go.
What you want? Oh, well, hello there. Aren't you a sight? Let's have a look at you now.
And let's look at the behind the scene movie. So I'll link the other ones. So let's look at the behind the scene movie.
B Mark? Aren't you a sight? Come in.
If there's an opportunity for humor, I'm going to grab it. That's one of the things I want to see. I want to watch a character who has the proper chutzpah to do things that I would never do.
Chuck it then?
Yes.
Before I say the line.
How do you come up with someone like Philip?
He kind of was born out of watercolor that I'd done. That guy's face was the inspiration. That's what I saw in my head. And then, you know, you put a voice to him and backstory, add the ingredients and stir it up and see what you come up with. That's the part of the process that I love, is the exploration, the dig. You know, you're trying to find these parts and piece them together. And I'll read the script first time and I'll make just notes, automatic notes. You know, I don't want to even think about what I'm writing. It's first thought, bam, put it down, give it a minute, and then go at it again and try and beat the first thought.
I love that they let him get so involved with the characters, the creating the face, writing the script, and they're also supportive.
Most of the time, intuition, instinct, observation, silence is a very important thing. Stay silent and listen. That's how you find people, how you know people.
Is part of your method writing like a backstory?
Sure, yeah. You need to have some idea of what makes this person the way he is. I figured he'd be someone who doesn't hit the outside much. I figured that he would stay inside with his trinkets and his things and his memories, and his vision is impaired. You know, he's essentially blind. When the kid first enters and he's completely taken by surprise that I'm feeling his face and saying he's the spitting image of his father and I can't see an inch in front of me. From that to suddenly taking control of the guy, you know, because he's a bill collector, right? He's a bill collector. So I'm going to con him right out of my shop.
Did I ever tell you about the time when I was in the middle of the Arabian Sea?
I felt like I'd arrived. I felt like I'd found the guy that I was looking for in Philip. Absolutely.
In essence, Philip was an adventure.
I think the set told a lot of his backstory. As he says, you know, these are treasures from my adventures. Seeing the set and seeing the things that are alive in that set, it definitely helped to define Philip. I was blown away because I could not have imagined it any better.
It meshed.
It meshed beautifully with you guys, and I was so, oh my God, crew was truly amazing, man.
Well, this looks cool. It looks so cool.
And man, Francisco, fantastic.
Yeah, really great.
You know, you could throw a curveball and he's right there. When I stopped him and brought him into the candles, we hadn't blocked that out. I just did it. And having the freedom to make those kind of choices in the instant, that's what I really loved about making this little piece, is that it was absolute freedom to create a character that I believe would serve the story.
Do you happen to play the flute, son?
No, senor. But
Well, then pay attention, man.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Adventure awaits you, son.
Very cool. A little bit more about the game. Sea of Dawn has perfectly restored the world of the Age of Sail for players with over 120 ports and very rich side quests. Moreover, the game not only recreated the legendary port towns in reality, but also added many supernatural creatures like mermaids and the god of the sea, Poseidon, to the main stories for the players to explore. In addition to exploring the ruins and shipwrecks at sea and the mysterious stories, Sea of Dawn also has a PvP mechanic. Players can raise pirate flags in areas marked as dangerous water zone, plunder other players with treasure, and sink their ships. Each player can choose a character with different special abilities and good strategies in combination to maximize the efficiency of their battle. Sea of Dawn also has a complex construction system. Players can choose the public sea in the game to use resources to build their own port or get a stable tax income and build a defense system to defend against possible player invasions. So if you're a gamer, I think this looks pretty cool and fun. And Johnny's mini micro movie, I will have posted in the link. So what else have we got? Oh, well, look, here's the picture. Just to bring it up, Johnny was sighted in Santo Domingo. I want to say the fall of 2021, and even Steven made jokes about drinking coffee all day. So apparently this is what he was filming back then. And we saw these pictures leak, various fans post on Instagram. We were trying to figure out his face, and we all figured that he's done some kind of, see, it was in Santo Domingo. He's done something, prosthetics that had just been taken off his face. That's what we all assumed. And there he is. Very cool. Very cool. And now something feel good. Johnny's last concert with Jeff Beck. And if you look back here, that's Adam Waldman and his family. So let's take a closer up. This is pictures of Johnny and Adam talking behind the scenes backstage. And I think it was Gina gave us this lovely picture backstage while Johnny was playing. The fan was there to support Johnny. I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. Johnny has even more good news coming out. His art. So we've got his acting with the micro movie, and we have another movie coming out. We have his music when he finished his concert series with Jeff Beck, and Adam was there. And now we have his art. Castle Fine Art is announced that they have their gallery open and they are highlighting Johnny. The wait is finally over. We're delighted to announce that the latest signing to Castle Fine Art is the critically acclaimed actor, musician, and artist. And this is the NFTs he's doing, but they also are available in print. The exciting new collection entitled Friends and Heroes is a testament to those he has known well and others who have inspired him as a person. Stay tuned today to find out more. So they did disclose it all. They did disclose it. Awesome, right? And we have a picture of Johnny in the gallery, and I'm not sure where that went to. These are the prints that are for sale. Over 3,000 pounds. The Keith Richards is out of stock already. They just announced it, and it's out of stock already, so I'm not sure that this is still available. Awesome, right? Let's see. Their site crashed earlier, so we'll see if we can continue through it. Born in Kentucky, education, all his awards. Here he is, a picture of him sitting in the gallery in front of the 4 that are now for sale. I've always used art to express my feelings and to reflect on those who matter most to me, like my family, friends, and people I admire. My paintings surround my life, but I keep them to myself and limited myself. No one should ever limit themselves. And he's done some great paintings that we've seen. And the Friends and Hero collection is available on YouTube. Johnny's debut collection of limited edition artwork sees him focus on friends and heroes, people he has known well and who have inspired him as a person. Each image is an intimate reflection of their character in Johnny's eyes, a portrayal of how they have revealed themselves to him. Working from photographic references, each image has been stripped back to the simpler and iconic portrayals of the subject, which Johnny has then developed and energized with his charismatic freehand flourishes. Johnny's art exists at the intersection of pop art and street art. Recognizable images of people in popular culture are recast in vibrant, bright colors and overlaid with the energy and wit of street art. The result is a series of iconic images and media images that have moved beyond the impersonal graphic simplicity of pop art. It's pop art with feeling. And I'm jumping in here with some new news that just came up, and it's regarding Johnny's art, the art gallery, and the art sale. So let's take a quick look at that. This is super awesome. Belfast Telegraph. Johnny Depp raises around £3 million through sale of debut art collection. His prints depict famous figures who have inspired him, such as Keith Richards and Elizabeth Taylor. Kind of amazing photo of Johnny. Johnny Depp has raised around £3 million in just a few hours through the sale of his artwork. The Hollywood actor, 59, announced on Instagram that he was selling prints from his debut collection, Friends and Heroes, through Castle Fine Art, which operates 37 galleries around the country. The work depicts 4 people who have inspired him: Rolling Stones' Keith Richards, actor Al Pacino, folk legend Bob Dylan, and Hollywood actress Elizabeth Taylor, and features what are described by the gallery as characteristic freehand flourishes. Now, we know he's done more than those in his NFTs. All 780 pieces sold within hours on Thursday, with framed individual images going for £3,900 to the complete collection of £14,000. Depp's post on Instagram, captioned only "Now at Castle Fine Art," prompted a rush of traffic to the gallery's website, causing it to crash. He said, "I've always used art to express my feelings and to reflect on those who matter most to me, like my family, friends, and people I admire. My paintings surround my life." Sorry about these ads. My paintings surround my life, but I kept them to myself and limited myself, so no one should ever limit themselves. Speaking on behalf of Fine Art Publishers, Washington Green, Glenn Washington said, "Working with Johnny through the process of curating this collection, producing his limited edition artworks has been a singular joy and privilege. He is a true creative with an extraordinary eye for detail and nuance. I look forward to introducing Johnny's friends and heroes to our wide collector base through Castle Fine Arts." In a press release, the gallery described Johnny Depp's work as existing at the intersection of pop art and street art, and as pop art with feeling. The gallery had long been in talks with Depp about staging an exhibition sale of his work and expects to host more of it in the future. Good for Johnny. The sale comes after the conclusion of Depp's high-profile court case against his ex-wife. Oh, that's going to be on everything still, right? And that's it, because it's all about the case of that. But good for Johnny, right? Sold out. Great picture of him. So I just wanted to insert this here real quick. So I encourage you to go to that site and check out the video or watch it on YouTube. It has Johnny singing Heroes, which I think I'll get hit with a copyright, so I'm going to cut that off. But if you're interested in his art, let me show you. Go to OpenSea, Never Fear Truth. I'll put the link in the bottom, by Johnny Depp. And this is his current NFTs that are available. They the mint is over with, so these are resales. It's slow loading, but you can see that they are animated. So what they're seeing in the print in the gallery is strictly prints, obviously, but here the NFTs you get are actually animated, showing how he adds the bits and pieces, doodles, and words to the screen prints. It's pretty cool. So that's OpenSea NFT. What else? Johnny Depp is mobbed by fans as he signs autographs while departing a restaurant in Paris. Keep loading on me. So this was just revealed last night. He left about 2:30 in the morning, but he always has times for his fans. He's, I love how they talk about what he's wearing. He's shaking hands with his fans. Johnny is in Paris filming his first project since his defamation trial against ex-Amber Heard, and he takes on the role of King Louis XV in La Favorite. Here he is. I just love looking at the pictures, the story. Yes, we know what he looks like. We know what he's wearing. We know he just came off of a bombshell lawsuit that he won. I'm just showing the pictures. He has so much time for his fans. I just think that's amazing. Amazing. So what is this film all about? From Cineblend, La Favorite, 6 things we need to know about Johnny Depp. He's going to be a king. Though we have been seeing Johnny Depp on TV and the internet more than ever before thanks to his extensive legal proceedings, it has been quite some time since we saw the Pirates of the Caribbean on the big screen. The last time Depp appeared in a movie was Minamata, which was initially released in February 2020. It's now making its streaming debut. It's on Hulu. It's also out on DVD, and I highly recommend Minamata if you have not seen it. It did have a limited release here in the U.S. Now that his defamation trial has wrapped up, as well as Depp's other legal matters, everything's off. He's free and clear now. The man has portrayed historical figures like John Dillinger, Ed Wood, and J.M. Barrie. Will soon return to what sounds like one of his most interesting roles in years, although Minamata was pretty impressive. And so was City of Lies. So I don't know why they're always cutting out these historical figures he's done. At some point in the near future, Depp will don the elaborate robes, wigs, and other luxurious attire when he portrays one of the most well-known members of the French monarchy in May Wynn's upcoming drama La Favorite. If this is the first time you're hearing on the movie, don't worry, because we have all the details about the royal affair that you need to know. Johnny Depp will portray French King Louis XV, not to be confused with this other dark comedy. Opens at some point in the future, Johnny will take on the role of the French king, according to Variety. For those not aware, Louis XV was commonly referred to as Louis a Ben-Ami, or Louis the Well-Beloved, during his 59-year reign from 1715 to 1774, according to biography.com, though the later part of his rule did help cause the discourse that would eventually lead to the French Revolution that took place during the reign of Louis XVI, his successor a couple decades later. Prior to his death, Louis XV built a reputation of being corrupt and one for debauchery, which will most likely become a major part of La Favorite. The story is really about Madame du Barry. When news first began to surface about La Favorite and Johnny Depp's casting as Louis XV, Screen Daily shared some details about the movie's basic plot, as well as the real-life figure that inspired it. The story is of Jeanne Bécu, also known as Madame du Barry, who is being played by May Wynn, a prominent figure in the king's court who rose from being the illegitimate child of an impoverished seamstress to one of Louis XV's last official mistresses. No other details about the rags through which the story have been revealed at this time, so it is not yet known if the film will handle the life of the historical figure and other details about the relationship with the monarch. The tone of the movie is another mystery, and we'll just have to wait and see. It's more of a traditional narrative or something akin to Sophie Coppola's stylized biopic, Marie Antoinette. Nobody knows. But Gina leaked a little bit of information for us. She was having fun with it. She posted the book. She's reading the book. There's a couple available on Amazon. You can buy used books, Louis the Beloved. And that's what Johnny's going to look like. And we know this a little bit because he was pictured in Paris in between the concert break. He had shaved and he had braids in his hair, which my understanding is mostly how they attach wigs. You braid your hair and they can attach the wigs on. So Johnny will be shaved and He'll be having the wig and all the robes, and that will be what he looks like. So what else? More information, and I almost forgot about this. Boston George's Famous with a Fortune official trailer has been released. George Young now streaming on Fandor. I don't know what Fandor is. Excuse me. I know Stephen's looking into how it might be available in the UK. We're investigating. But Johnny Depp does a lot of the interviewing inside the film. So that'll be really cool. It's one of his special projects that he did for George. That was filmed quite a long time ago in his home in California. Plus, it's going to have some old interviews with Johnny. And of course, Johnny made him very famous by doing the movie Blow. And he is in this, and that's pretty cool. Giller Depp says, so much is going on, I can't keep up. And I love Stephen's answer. Oh, we're not finished. A lot more coming. So this has been a power-packed week. And I hope you enjoyed the video and all the information I brought you. I really appreciate you coming. I don't know how many more I'll do. I'm just amazed we're getting so much news every week since the trial. I thought it would die down. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you sharing my channel, liking it, hit that bell for notifications, comment it, and help me grow. And I will keep trying to bring information out. Thanks for everything, and please have a great and wonderful weekend.